In this video, I will talk about Simpsons Prophecy, and finally investigate if Simpsons Prophecy is real. So what is the Simpson Prophecy? The Simpsons is a very famous American cartoon. 30 years after its release, the Simpson cartoon has continuously predicted various major historical events, including the 9/11 event in the United States, Trump's election as President of the United States, Ebola virus. Even the coronavirus and Kobe's accident were predicted by Simpson cartoon. It also predicted some big future events. For example, when the United States goes bankrupt, Trump steps down, and the next American president is a woman. Have you heard the cartoon The Simpsons? The Simpsons is a cartoon produced in 1989 in the United States, and it has been out for 31 seasons. There are more than 600 episodes in total, nearly 700 episodes. The Simpson cartoon is an adult animated comedy created by Matt Groening for the Fox Broadcasting Company. The play shows the daily life of the five Simpsons. Ironically depicts the lifestyle of the American middle class. So what exactly did The Simpsons predict? The Simpsons cartoon once implicitly predicted the 9/11 event in the United States. How did Simpson cartoon predict the 9/11 event? In the 1997 Simpson cartoon, a magazine appeared. This magazine depicts the Gemini Tower in the United States, and there is a 9 character beside the 2 buildings. When they group together, it becomes 911. Combined with the word New York on the cover, it becomes New York 911. So Simpson cartoon predicted the 9/11 event in the United States in 1997 and also painted the 2 buildings destroyed in the 9/11 event. What is more surprising is in fact, Simpson cartoon even more cryptically predicted the 9/11 event in 1993. This is an episode of Simpsons cartoon broadcast in 1993. Pay attention to the paintings on the wall. Does the painting resemble the burning building in the 9/11 attacks? Have you ever seen a picture of a burning building? Is this really just a coincidence? You may think this may be a coincidence. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Simpson cartoon also predicted Trump's election as President of the United States as early as 16 years ago. The Simpsons predicted that Trump would be the President of the United States. Let's take a look at the cartoon of Trump being elected as the President of the United States. Pay attention to the cartoon style, the expression of this character, even the color of the shirt and tie. Even the American brooches pinned to the neckline are all the same. A picture does not explain the magic of this show. Let's take a look at the voting results in Simpson cartoon 16 years ago. Compare it with the real voting results in the US election. It can be found that the voting results of Simpson cartoon are almost the same as the real results of the US election. It's really unbelievable. In the Simpson cartoon aired in 2000, it's not just about how Trump became the President of the United States. Even Trump's daily actions are shockingly identical. It's not similar, it's really exactly the same. The cartoon is exactly the same as the real Trump gestures when he steps down the escalator. First wave the right hand, then use the left hand with a thumb. Not only that, even the audience behind it is shockingly similar. You can see the cartoon audience dropped a sign. In the real scene, the audience also dropped a sign. Is this really a coincidence? Amazing. Simpson cartoon's predictions for Trump are not over yet. It also predicts some more outrageous follow-ups. So what are these follow-ups? After Trump became president, the US economy collapsed and the country went bankrupt. So Trump stepped down and was taken over by the new female US President Lisa. I don't know if these predictions will happen. However, the stock market trend in the beginning of 2020 is indeed very poor. Has set the biggest weekly decline since the 2008 financial crisis. So the next thing may be really hard to say. Maybe Trump cannot be re-elected. Then the next American president may really be a woman. If all of this happens, then this cartoon would be incredible. Not to mention the future, this cartoon also accurately predicts many other incredible things. So what incredible things did Simpson cartoon predict? Simpson cartoon also accurately predicted the Ebola virus in an episode of The Simpsons cartoon aired in 1997. A book appeared. It shows Ebola virus on the cover of the book. The Ebola virus had a major outbreak in May 2005. Is it incredible? There are even more incredible predictions. Simpson cartoon predicted the God particle and gave an accurate formula for the weight of the God particle. So what is a God particle? God particles are related to the formation of masses of all objects in space. These objects also include various particles in the microcosm. With mass, particles will be combined into atoms, and with atoms, will there be molecules? Only with molecules can there be objects. Therefore, the God particle is considered to be a particle that shapes everything in the world. Without it, there would be no world that people see. This is why it is called as the God particle. So how does the God particle make other particles have mass? God particles will form a Higgs field all over the universe. The Higgs field formed by God particles in a vacuum is like a pool of sticky honey. The movement of particles in the Higgs field is like traveling through syrup with resistance. So the particles gain mass in this way. Why is it said that there is no life without God particles and no human beings? Because without God's particles, all particles in the universe would move at the speed of light with such a rapid movement. The particles will not unite, will not produce atoms, molecules, DNA, proteins. So, there will be no life, no human beings. In 2013, CERN passed the Large-Scale Particle Collider test. Just proved the existence of the God particle. So how does the Simpson cartoon predict the God particle? As early as 1998, Simpson cartoon said that God particles not only exist. Even the mathematical derivation formula of God's particle mass was clearly written on the blackboard in the film. The point is that physicist Simon Singer said that according to the mathematical formula in the cartoon, the calculated mass of the God particle is only 1/100000th of what they have calculated. So how did the screenwriter of the Simpson cartoon do all this 22 years ago? Simpson cartoon has even more incredible predictions. Many people should know that NBA basketball superstar Kobe crashed this year. The Simpson cartoon released in 2017 had Kobe crash. Then the plot of the helicopter explosion. It is surprisingly consistent with the Kobe crash in 2020. Is this really a coincidence? Simpson cartoon even predicted the global outbreak of new coronavirus pneumonia. Simpson cartoon's content aired in 1993. It is very similar to the current Wuhan pneumonia scene. In the 1993 cartoon called Osaka Flu, a Japanese factory worker coughs at the product while packing it. The virus ran into the product package and shipped to the US without knowing it. Then it spread to Missouri and other regions. The protagonist of the story caused many illnesses and massive chaos. It is quite similar to the current situation of the spread of the epidemic. So why does Simpson cartoon have the ability to predict the future? Some people say that the screenwriter of the Simpson cartoon is coming back from the future, so they can predict the future so accurately. So what is the truth? Someone interviewed Matt Groening, the screenwriter of Simpson cartoon, why your cartoon can predict the future. Matt Groening said that their team has professionals from all walks of life, so we accidentally hit a few future events. And now Simpson animation has aired almost 700 episodes. There are so many events in the animation. Suppose you predict 1,000 events, then one may hit one in the future. So do you believe that this is the real reason why Simpson cartoon can predict future events? Others discovered that the Simpson cartoon that predicted Trump's election as President of the United States was actually released in 2015, instead of the year 2000. But Trump was elected President of the United States in 2016. And I checked 15 years of videos, only part of the predictions were published in 2015. The other part of the prophecy is indeed in the Simpson cartoon in 2000. The Simpson cartoon has nearly 700 episodes, involving many various social events. So it's not ruled out that several future events were hit by coincidence. But the above content is only a very small part of the Simpson cartoon prediction. If this video has 1,000 likes, I will also post another video to share other predictions of Simpson cartoon. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye bye.